Well, well, well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's been a while. It's Melinda Jacobs, and I am a clinical hypnotherapist, intuitive coach, and I love sharing amazing people with you. And today I am sharing one of my biggest inspirations as far as how to be in joy, how to be in your creative energy, how to be of service in the highest way. I am so excited and blessed to share this person with you. So I'm just going to bring him right on in. So, Wick Hampton. Uh, Oh my gosh, sir, thank you so much for sharing this time with me today.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. So, can I share just a little bit of how I know you
Absolutely.
for those who are here watching? So, Wick is a practitioner at Mile High Church, and his energy fills a room. His hellos, his hugs, his energy is so big, and so it's hard not to have your attention grabbed and captivated by Wick, and really truly just the love that pours out of you is really such an inspiration. And over the last number of months, Wick has been knocking on my door. It's like, hey, I got this project I want you to know about. Hey, I got this project I want you to know about. So I just felt nudged through my own inner guidance to share you and your words and your wisdom and your energy and your love and your light and the project with the world. So welcome, Wick.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
World.
So I just start this when I think about this project, and when I've listened to Wick talk about it, there is such a passion here it's palpable. Like you could just cut it with a knife. And the question that I just wanted to know is, Wick, why is art important, especially right now?
Well, oh my gosh. For me, art is one of those things, it feeds my soul. It's how I connect um, how I express on many different levels. You can see a bunch of the crazy stuff behind me. A lot of that's mine. Um, but it's just like every day, it's choose your day. We're a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And the world is a big, fat, giant mess. or it's beautiful and wonderful, and looking and finding those things and finding that joy and finding that beauty and finding that wonder, especially now, is so very, very important. When we're bombarded about and just about division and
Right.
about seeing the difference and seeing the separation. And it's like, oh, okay. Or we can see that most of us are walking upright, breathing, and seeing the same thing. But how we see it and what we do with it is so important. And the art to me, um, just the simplest things. When I was a kid, I lived I lived way out in the country in rural Oklahoma, about 10 miles from the nearest town. And I'd go on walks, every day. I'd walk the pasture, I'd walk for miles, walk down dirt roads, and I would find and fill my pockets with things, uh, with twigs and fossils and bottle caps, broken, all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've always been a collector and finding the beauty in those things. It's like, what is this? It's like, look at these. And still that way.
Yeah. You know what? I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just going to, there's just something that wants to be said. And what you said about that, it reminds us of the beauty and the world being as it is right now, that, it's messy, and it's, for some people, it's very scary, and there's just so much. And for me, that art is so important because it reminds me of my truth. It reminds me of who I am. It reminds me of those deeper qualities of what makes us incredible beings on this planet. And like you said, it's that choice. We get to choose, what do we want to bring forward. And that's one of the things that you've always been an inspiration for me, is what's the beneficial presence that I can bring into the world. So I'm going to move us on to talking about this project that you're on. The eye is the first circle. What is this about?
Oh, this is a really, pardon me, exciting project that Schler Productions that we're producing along with PBS Channel 12 on these amazing women expressionist artists from the 1940s and 50s. And these are women that were dynamic and were exciting and hugely talented, but they were overshadowed by these big, blusterous, robust Jackson Pollock types that overshadowed them. But you had these amazing artists, Lee Krasner, Elaine de Kruning, Grace Hardigan. You had these amazing women that were so talented and pivotal, and they were part of a show called the Ninth Street Women, or the Ninth Street show in New York in the late 1950s, and these women were so impactful and important in this show. And then this show led to the show at the Denver Art Museum a few years ago on the women expressionists, and that compiled with this book and telling the story of these women that basically history kind of overlooked, not brushed aside because they concentrated on the men. And the contributions of these women were were forgotten. And we've got this movie, and our director and producer are telling the story based on this big giant book that we interviewed the author in our documentary. But it just explores the contributions, a little bit of the backstory and what these women were like, what they were doing, and what they sacrificed to express their art and to tell their story.
Yeah. What I love about when you talk about this is, especially right now, feeling that sacred feminine coming forward, feeling the rising of women and what it is that we have to contribute, and how that has over the ages through history been repressed, removed, stepped aside. And so we have a little clip of it. You want to share it?
Yes, please. I'm so very proud.
Cool. Let's do this. So let me go over here.
In 1951, an exhibition called the Ninth Street Show was presented in downtown New York. It was one of the first to present the achievements of artists who were associated with this movement called abstract expressionism. It included quite a few artists. 9 women took part in the exhibition.
Great painting, great art in general, is not about materials used or methods mastered or even possessed. It is a combination of all these factors and an individual driven by a force that seems outside them for an expression of an idea they often do not understand.
Isn't that exciting?
I could just watch that again and again. But what I so appreciate that, and what I feel you so incredibly embody, Wick, is that there is this voice within you. There is this creative urge that needs to get out. And here you are, part of this project that is helping women's artistic voice get out.
Right.
So beautiful. So if for those of you who would like to watch the whole thing, you could go to this link, vimeo.com/422 986 882, and then it'll ask for a password, and the password is capital EYE. And then Wick, you are in the process of doing some grassroots fundraising for this project.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us what that's about?
Well, that you've got my email is on the little banner down there, and right now we are getting our completion funds together. So we're completing this project with final interviews, clips, music, getting everything done. So we're putting it together, but we're raising the funds in which to do that. So reach out to me. Every little bit helps. So those of you that have been called to help with PBS in the past, or you see this, once you watch this clip, it's 11 minutes, and it is so exciting that I watch it, and then I want to watch it more, and then I'll watch it again, and I'll watch it again. It's so dynamic and so energetic, but it's contagious as well. So anything, contributions of $300, $200, $100 help move us closer to completion, and those combined with the larger contributions. And I have a sheet as well that I can email to people. So people that are interested, please reach out to me. And I love to share about this. I love talking about it. And,
he really does.
Right. And Melinda, bless your heart, because it's like you've listened to me, and we've had great discussions about this and about the contribution of these women, and especially now, when things are very, very interesting politically, for people whose voices have been marginalized in the past and who continue to have their voices marginalized. This is our way of saying, whoa, here we go. This happened. This is history, and making sure that it's accurately told and shared.
Beautiful. So, Wick, I just so appreciate you taking the time. I so appreciate your passion, your energy. Absolutely, uplifting women has become my new passion, and this project to me is just, it's such an important piece to bring women's voice, to bring women's creativity back into balance. And like you said, for some of these women, it's not a retelling of their story, it's a first time telling.
Right. Yeah.
And so my final thought is I'm very passionate about raising women's voices. And so this is a project that is absolutely very near and dear to my heart, and I'm excited to contribute to it. And so that's one reason why I brought you here, is to help share that. And what is your final thought for the project, for art, for the world? Something small.
Oh my gosh, we are at such choice right now. And what do we want to see? What do we want to? How do we want to look at things? What is our takeaway? Like I said, you can see. I love walking down alleys. Now that's where people usually put their trash. But then you see wonderful graffiti. You see you see wildflowers. But it's what you choose to see when you're on your walk. So we're at choice, and we get to choose, and we get to see. Are we seeing kindness? Are we giving kindness? Are we choosing mischief? And I hope we're choosing kindness and seeing the world as a beautiful place, because it really is a beautiful place, and it's our place.
Yes. Wick, thank you so much. And I'll just put this up one more time. If anybody's interested in reaching out and contributing, please reach out to Wick at wickster80219@yahoo.com.
Please do.
He will give you all the deets. He will suck you in with his passion. And who doesn't need some of that? Who doesn't need that bright spot in their life right now? That's such an important thing. So, Wick, thank you so much for your time today.
So much.
Yes. And I just want to say to those who are watching, I know these are tough and challenging times. And like Wick is saying, it's up to us to choose what we put our attention to, choose what we put our time and energy and focus on. And right now, especially, the world needs beauty. The world needs integrity and dignity. And so that's what we can bring forward through our own choice, through our own actions, what you choose to support, what you choose to rebroadcast. And that's why I was so blessed today to bring Wick into this space, is because this is a person that is choosing moment by moment to bring kindness, to bring beauty, to bring art, to raise the women's voice. So thank you so much for your time, for your attention. Please share this video if you feel inspired. Please go and watch the clip that they've put together. And please support this project, because it just has such importance on large magnitudes. Wishing you a very blessed, very peaceful, beautiful, art-filled day. Go out into the world, find something beautiful, and celebrate it. Much love to you all, and I will see you very soon.